I am one of those people that once I get a subject in my mind, I get to researching. And the stuff I've learned, I can't keep it to myself. Because if somebody had told me this before, I wouldn't have went through all of this. But I am a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. So I don't do regrets. So it's taken me a long time to be able to actually tell my story. And most of that comes from my pride. I definitely didn't let everybody know everything that's gone on with me in my life. And a lot of people are shocked as I'm revealing more and more, especially this hell of a marriage I just ended August. I got my divorce from the most toxic, self-sabotaging, just maliciously disgusting narcissist. And it's crazy. I was married 10 years to him, but I've known him 20. And 20 years, I never knew who the fuck you are. But a narcissist, a true narcissist, knows how to wear that costume to death. I thought I had an amazing husband, father for my children. And it turns out I had the modern day Ike Turner. The one man that I actually did try to give my all in all to did nothing for 10 years but misuse and abuse me. I mean, that man tortured me. And then because I fought back, like literally me and my husband would be fighting like two niggas in the street. I couldn't just say I was a domestic violence victim because half the time if the police did come, I was the one about to get arrested. But people didn't understand how many times I had to go to work hiding black eyes and busted lips. Literally, this nigga detached my lip from my fucking jaw. Yeah, I would have to go ham on him because he was ruthless. He wasn't treating me like his wife. He was treating me like I was some nigga he just met at the club who tried to holler at his girl, and this nigga had beef with me when it would go there. And because it didn't always go there, I couldn't just say, yeah, this nigga's beating my ass, because that's not really how it went down. The daily abuse was the emotional and the mental abuse, the lies and the double life he was always living. You got your own world. I don't even feel like I'm a part of it, to the point he got his family thinking a whole way about me. And I'm thinking this my family. But now when I'm coming around, it feels uncomfortable. And then when me and him beefing, that's when, you know, auntie got little slick shit to say. And mama got little snide comments. Y'all motherfuckers created this monster. And y'all know how the men are in your family. So you know what the fuck I'm dealing with. And you really got the nerve to sit here and justify his... But then again, I didn't never tell the whole story either. But I just didn't think I needed to, because what they saw should have been enough if they wanted him to be a real man. But none of his family ever made him stand up, and I understand. The only reason they can continue who they are is because they've already got, I'm just going to call them minions, because you know this motherfucker ain't shit. But nobody says anything to him. Nobody checks his behavior. He treats y'all the same fucking way, but then when he comes back around charming and shit, just like I did, you just want to act like ain't shit happen and keep it pushing. But I'm not like y'all. I say shit. That's why we kept beefing. Y'all don't say shit. That's why y'all just beef every now and then. And it's crazy because a lot of us don't feel we're in abusive relationships until it ends, and you look back on it like, what the fuck did I just let happen to me for the last decade? The mental and emotional abuse was so extreme. I just couldn't do it no more. And when I divorced him, I thought I had escaped the plantation. I didn't realize that this motherfucker hated me so much that even after the divorce, that he would create a whole smear campaign against me behind my back, talking all kind of shit to his family one way, but telling me, my family telling me, you know, what I did to you was wrong and shit. But the whole time you telling these motherfuckers I ain't shit. Whole time I'm thinking, really trying to change because you want your wife back, my dumb ass. And I want to think that I could at least get my friend back because we still have a daughter to raise. And I bend over backwards to help you out. And you shit on me, backstab me so fucking hard, and got the nerve to talk shit got the nerve to go on social media acting like, you know, I don't fuck with motherfuckers no more. Like, I did something to you. Real life. Like, all kind of, you know, I can't wait. I got to get the fuck out of Georgia. Like, I really did something. 10 years, never cheated on this man, never did anything to him. I went over and beyond the call of duty to the point I lost myself. Literally forgot who the fuck I was trying to be his wife. He would come and tell me he knew he was hurting me. He knew what he did was wrong. He knew he ain't had no reason. But then fast forward, you do it again and again and again. And my dumb ass kept taking you back because I had become a victim of a trauma bond and I didn't even know it. I was his victim and I didn't even know it. I didn't know that this nigga didn't give two shits about me. I didn't know his family didn't give two shits about me. I didn't know the whole time he had women after women after women getting these bitches pregnant. Give a fuck about my sexual health. You better get checkups like I do. I like my coochie. I'm trying to keep her. This nigga is not going to let you know what you need to know. Anybody he gets is going to always go through what I went through. He had me thinking his baby mama was a whole kind of crazy. Now I see exactly what he did to her. I owe her an apology because I really believed him. I really believed everything the man ever said. And at the end of the day, I can't even be mad at him because I did continue to go back, but I didn't know about trauma bonds. I didn't understand just how deep a narcissistic personality disorder could get. I was unaware of the fact that we all have these mental insecurities, illnesses, instabilities that need to be addressed. We're so used to suppressing and just keeping it pushing that we never address it. That's the problem. And I guess because I'm on this self-healing journey of my own, I guess I just want everybody around me to be able to elevate with me. And I look at my children as my motivation, and I want him to do the same for his children. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen because true narcissists never change because they never see anything wrong with what they do. And their shame is so deep-seated that they go so far out of their way to use any energy and every bit of energy they have to put on the fake mask and pretend to be something because they don't like who they are. And they'll go out of their way to create these situations and circumstances. It's almost like a puppet master. They bring you down to their level. You do certain things in the situation that you wouldn't normally do. And normal people have empathy and, you know, feel regret and remorse for their actions and actually don't want to be bad people, especially the people they love. We reflect on it and be like, well, you know, I did do that. I shouldn't have said that. And, well, what if he was telling the truth? And because they gaslight and deflect and lie and manipulate and twist things around so much, they really have you looking in the mirror like, is it me? Am I crazy? Am I tripping? It happens for so long that when it ends, we actually experience what I'm finding out is called betrayal trauma. And that comes from the extended amount of time we endured the abuse. And at the end of the day, the way it ends is typically with us finally understanding who they really are and having to come to the acceptance that we never knew them in the first place. They always had an agenda and a plan to get every bit of any and everything they could up out of you, all the while living a double life, looking for your replacement. So by the time they leave you, they've already replaced you. They've drained you for everything you've got. They've drug you through the mud, and then the way they leave you is so cruel and malicious and evil and painful and disrespectful. It's a lot. And I didn't realize just how deep it goes and how many of us women and men, because it's narcissistic women out there as well. The difference is most women, we are nurturers by nature. If we're not too far broken mentally and spiritually, we can figure out how to come back. I was able to. And I know a lot of other women who have not gone all the way down the deep end. What the world defines as a man typically could define a narcissist. And so for somebody who's already broken, for somebody who's already insecure, for somebody who's already felt abandoned, for somebody who has such an emptiness within them that no amount of women, no amount of men, no amount of money, no amount of possessions, no amount of affection, no amount of love, no amount of attention will ever fill that deep pit that lives within them. And the shame that they have within them is so hard for them to face that they'd rather put on a mask and deflect and project it onto you and make you a reflection of them, because they don't care about you. They don't have any emotion or attachment to you other than what you can supply them, because they have a narcissistic supply that you are giving them, basically because they get off on the lies and manipulation and the double life. They actually get off on seeing you hurt because they're hurting. They actually get off on making you feel like you're nothing because they feel like nothing. And they actually can't wait to treat you like shit and throw you away because they feel like if they didn't do it first, you do it eventually anyway, because they want to believe that everybody else is just like them. They can't be the only one this fucked up. And I definitely forgive my husband. But at the end of the day, I know he never loved me. I know he doesn't care that he hurt me. I know that the whole time he really did hate me. And he only wanted to hold on to me because of controlling me. Seeing me miserable made him happy. And he always had a plan to make sure that when he left me as low as he could leave me. Because seeing me happy, seeing me move on, me peaceful, that would have been too much like right. And I think if more of us understand this and understand that mental illness is real, since the African American community hates to discuss it, I think if we can all open up this discussion a little more, for those of us who aren't complete narcissists but may have teeter-tottered, I am guilty, we can make a change. For true narcissists, they don't believe anything's wrong with them. So it won't matter what I say anyway. A true narcissist is never going to change. They don't see anything wrong with them. And they don't have any time to even dig deep to figure it out. Even if they do think for a second they're the problem. And I didn't even know narcissistic personality disorder was a thing when it gets to the point where the behavior is completely destructive to not only everybody around the narcissist, but the narcissist himself or herself. So the more people I can help with what I've learned, the more people I can save with giving the signs that you all might need to run for the fucking hills. Because that shit ain't fair to nobody, and it's never going to be a happy ending. A narcissist is never going to be happy. There's nothing you're ever going to be able to do that's going to be enough for them to fulfill the empty pit that is that narcissist. And I think the more we can recognize this as a pattern behavior and get out before you do like me and waste 10 years trying to love somebody who is completely unlovable, I think it'll help us all. It will allow those of us who are genuinely looking to be able to give somebody else their all and get that back, for us to be able to come together. Narcissists like narcissists too. In fact, they love each other because they're both vain ass, egotistical, materialistic assholes. You know, birds of a feather. Let them have each other. And the rest of us can heal and one day be able to love the right way again. I mean, because if we could love that hard, the wrong person, oh my God, just imagine how good it could be with the right one. I'm ready for that part. Follow my journey.